Do you ever feel disconnected from reality? Are you getting weird headaches that you just can't explain? You might think you're going crazy, and you almost certainly feel alone in this. But what if I told you these are actually the secret signs of a massive spiritual upgrade? What if all these bizarre, unnerving, and uncomfortable experiences were really just confirmation that you're waking up? In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on the strange symptoms nobody talks about and confirming that you are not alone on this wild and beautiful journey. This is your validation. If you clicked on this video, I'm guessing you're navigating one of the most profound and honestly, one of the most confusing experiences a person can have, a spiritual awakening. You've probably heard about the good parts, the bliss, the feeling of oneness, the new sense of purpose. But there's another side to this, a side that's usually just whispered about in quiet corners of the internet. This is the side filled with strange physical pains, deep emotional purges, and a feeling like reality is bending in ways that can make you question your sanity. This is what happens when your consciousness expands and your soul starts calling you to remember who you really are, beyond all the conditioning and illusions. And this process isn't some gentle, floaty unfolding. It's a full body, full mind, full spirit recalibration. It's a vibrational overhaul. Imagine your entire being has been tuned to a specific radio station for your whole life, and suddenly someone is turning the dial. That transition isn't always smooth. There's static, there's noise, and there are strange signals coming through that you don't understand yet. Today, we're going to tune into those signals. We'll explore the physical, emotional, and psychological symptoms that are so common, yet so rarely validated. My goal isn't just to list them, but to help you understand them, to reframe them not as problems, but as powerful proof of your evolution. You're not breaking down, you're breaking open. And every strange symptom is a milestone on your path back to yourself. So take a deep breath and let's get into the secret signs of your magnificent spiritual upgrade. Let's start with one of the most common and unnerving physical symptoms, bizarre headaches and feelings of pressure, tingling or buzzing. It often centers on the forehead, the crown of the head, or right between the eyebrows. This isn't your normal tension headache. This feels different. It can be like a phantom band tightening around your skull, a pulsing right in the middle of your forehead, or even an itchy crawling sensation at the top of your head. It comes and goes for no logical reason and doesn't respond to the usual remedies. First things first, and I'll repeat this for every physical symptom, you have to be responsible for your body. If you're having persistent or severe headaches, your first step should always be to see a doctor. Get it checked out. Rule out any medical conditions. This isn't about spiritually bypassing very real physical signals. However, many people on this path get a clean bill of health, and yet the sensations continue. This is where we can look at the spiritual interpretation. In many esoteric traditions, these feelings are directly linked to the activation of your higher energy centers, specifically the third eye chakra and the crown chakra. The third eye, in the center of your forehead, is seen as the seat of your intuition and inner vision. As you awaken, this energy center starts to wake up too. Think of it like a dormant muscle being used for the first time. In spiritual circles, you'll hear the term decalcification of the pineal gland. It's important to understand this is more of a spiritual metaphor than a scientifically proven process. It's a powerful image for clearing away the energetic gunk and conditioning that has clouded your inner vision. This activation can create pressure or an ache as more life force energy or prana flows through it. You're not just getting a headache, you're upgrading your intuitive hardware. Similarly, feelings at the crown of your head are linked to the crown chakra, your connection to the divine or universal consciousness. A tingling or buzzing here is often interpreted as your spiritual antenna being tuned to receive energetic downloads, a spiritual concept for receiving higher wisdom that was previously outside your perception. So, what can you do? Instead of tensing up, try to soften into it. Visualize a gentle, healing light around the area. Breathing can be a huge help. Inhale and imagine drawing cool, calming energy up from the earth. Exhale and imagine releasing the pressure from your head. Gently touching your third eye with a fingertip and making small circles can also help soothe the energy. Remember, this discomfort is often a sign of growth. Be gentle with your body. This next one can be seriously frightening. It's the feeling of being disconnected from the world. Things might suddenly seem unreal, like you're just watching a movie of your life. This is known in psychology as derealization. Or you might feel disconnected from yourself, like you don't recognize the person in the mirror. That's called depersonalization. In a spiritual awakening, these experiences are surprisingly common. You might go through the motions, driving, talking, shopping, but feel detached, like there's a glass wall between you and everything else. It can be terrifying because our ego, the part of us that loves its story, panics when its foundation crumbles. You can feel like you're losing your mind. And again, here's a critical disclaimer. Derealization and depersonalization can absolutely be symptoms of mental health conditions, trauma, or extreme stress. Please seek support from a qualified mental health professional, especially if these feelings are causing you significant distress. A therapist who is open to or specializes in spiritual experiences can be a fantastic ally. Once that is handled with care, we can look at the spiritual perspective. From this viewpoint, you're not losing your connection to reality. You're losing your connection to illusion. For most of our lives, we think we are our thoughts, our jobs, our roles. Spiritual awakening is the real you, the consciousness behind it all, waking up. As this deeper awareness comes online, it starts to see the ego for what it is, a temporary character. The feeling of being in a movie is actually spot on. Your true self is waking up in the audience and realizing it's been on stage the whole time, lost in the part. This creates a gap between the observer, you, and the observed, your life story, which feels like disconnection. You're in between worlds, detaching from the matrix of conditioning you used to call reality. The key to navigating this is grounding. When you feel yourself floating away, bring your attention right back into your body. A great tool is the 5-4-3-2-1 method. Pause and name. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This yanks your awareness out of your head and into the present. Walking barefoot on the grass, holding a grounding crystal like black tourmaline, or even just eating a meal and focusing on the taste can anchor you. You aren't losing reality, you're gaining a much bigger one. This symptom is a tale of 2 extremes, a bone-deep fatigue that no amount of sleep can fix, and sudden surges of buzzing electric energy that make it impossible to stay still. You might swing between these poles in the same day. 1 minute you can barely function, and the next you're wide awake at 3 a.m. with your whole body vibrating. The exhaustion can be so intense you might worry you're sick, and the buzzing can feel so weird it might spark anxiety. And as always, it's smart to see a doctor to rule out things like anemia, thyroid issues, or chronic fatigue syndrome. Your body's needs come first. When medical causes are ruled out, we can see these shifts as a core part of your energetic recalibration. Your body is like a computer that's been running old software. A spiritual awakening is like downloading a massive operating system upgrade. That deep fatigue is your body in integration mode. While you're resting, your energetic body is doing heavy lifting. It's clearing out old, dense energies and literally rewiring your nervous system to handle a higher frequency. This takes a ton of energy. Some spiritual teachings describe this metaphorically as the activation of dormant DNA, not a claim from genetics, but a way to describe unlocking your soul's potential in your physical body. So if you need to nap, nap. Honoring this rest is essential. On the other side, you have the buzzing and tingling. This is your new operating system going live. It's a surge of high-frequency spiritual energy, which some traditions call Kundalini, moving through you. It's clearing out blockages and expanding your energy field. A great way to handle this is to move the energy. Gentle stretching, yoga, or just shaking your arms and legs can help it flow through you rather than get stuck. Visualize it moving through you and out your hands and feet. Your body is doing the incredible work of physically embodying a more awakened soul. Be patient with it. A spiritual awakening is often sold as a trip to constant bliss, but the early stages can feel more like an emotional exorcism. This is the emotional roller coaster, sudden, intense waves of sadness, anger, or anxiety that come from nowhere. You might burst into tears for no reason or feel rage that's totally out of proportion to the situation. This is unsettling. You might feel like you're going backward. But this isn't a sign that you're broken. It's the sign of a deep energetic cleansing, often called the purge. Of course, it's vital to distinguish this from clinical depression or anxiety, and getting help from a therapist is a sign of strength. From a spiritual view, your consciousness is like a house. As you awaken, you're not just redecorating, you're finally cleaning out the basement and the attic. Everything you've suppressed, every old hurt, fear, and shame is stored in your energy field. As your vibration rises, it shines a light into those dark corners. This high frequency can't coexist with the lower frequencies of trapped emotion, so it all gets pushed to the surface to be felt and released. You're not just sad, you're feeling the grief you buried as a kid. This is also related to what Carl Jung called shadow work, facing the parts of ourselves we've rejected. The awakening forces us to look at our shadow, not to judge it, but to integrate it. So when an emotion comes up, instead of pushing it away, just allow it to be there. Find a safe space and give yourself permission to feel. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to punch a pillow, do it. Ask the emotion, what are you here to show me? Journaling is your best friend here. Write it all out, uncensored. You're learning to be the calm, compassionate witness to your own storms. This isn't a step backward, it's a huge leap forward. Has the world suddenly become too loud? Too bright? Too chaotic? This is a major symptom, a dramatic increase in sensitivity. Sounds you used to ignore might feel grating. Bright lights might feel overwhelming. You might also become sensitive to certain foods or chemicals. It's not just physical. You may find you can't handle crowds, loud parties, or even the news anymore. It can feel like you're absorbing the emotions of everyone around you. You walk into a room and instantly feel the mood. This is a classic sign of becoming what many call an empath. The awakening process turns the volume way up on your sensitivity. Your senses are becoming tools of energetic perception. You're not just hearing words, you're feeling the frequency behind them. This is a powerful gift, but it feels like a curse until you learn to manage it. The key is energetic hygiene and boundaries. One of the best practices is energetic shielding. Before you go out, visualize yourself in a bubble of protective light. Set the intention that only loving energies can enter your field. This simple visualization can be a game changer. Spending time in nature becomes a non-negotiable. Nature has a pure frequency that naturally cleanses your energy field. You also have to give yourself permission to set firm boundaries. It's okay to say no to things that drain you. It's okay to need more alone time. This isn't selfish, it's sacred self-preservation. This heightened sensitivity isn't a weakness. It's your soul's GPS teaching you to navigate the world based on energy, not just appearances. Are you waking up for no reason between 3 and 4 a.m.? Are your dreams suddenly more intense, vivid and symbolic? Sleep often becomes a very active landscape during an awakening. The 3 a.m. wake-up call is so common it's practically a cliché of awakening. In many spiritual traditions, this time is known as when the veil is thin, meaning the boundary between the physical and spiritual worlds is at its most permeable. Waking up then is often seen as a sign that your spirit guides or higher self are trying to get your attention. Instead of getting frustrated, try lying peacefully and saying, "I am open to receiving any messages for my highest good." Your dream life also becomes a major arena for spiritual work. You might have lucid dreams, symbolic dreams, or intense dreams where you process old conflicts. This isn't just random brain activity. Some spiritual beliefs suggest your consciousness is active in other dimensions while you sleep, sometimes called astral travel or soul travel. You're attending night school, learning lessons and clearing karma. To work with this, keep a dream journal by your bed. The moment you wake up, write down everything you can remember. Over time, you'll start to see patterns and understand the symbolic language your soul is using. If you can't get back to sleep, don't fight it. Get up and do something quiet and soulful, like journaling or meditating, until you feel sleepy again. See it not as a disruption, but as a sacred appointment with your soul. So we've talked about all these strange and intense symptoms. The big question is, why? Why does getting enlightened have to feel so rough? The answer lies in the spiritual concept of energy and vibration. You and everything else are made of energy. For most of our lives, that energy is dense with fear, guilt, and limiting beliefs. A spiritual awakening is the process of a much higher, faster frequency of energy, your soul's essence, pouring into your system. This high-frequency light stirs up all the dense, stored energy. It's a detoxification on a soul level. The discomfort isn't a punishment, it's the friction of transformation. Many spiritual traditions use the metaphor of Kundalini awakening to describe this. Kundalini is depicted as divine energy coiled at the base of the spine. When it awakens, it travels up your energy centers, burning through blockages, which can cause all these intense symptoms. Furthermore, many people in spiritual communities believe this is a planetary event. They point to theories that the Earth's own electromagnetic frequency, the Schumann resonance, is rising, or that energy from solar flares is affecting us. While there isn't scientific consensus on these ideas, they offer a framework for understanding why so many people feel like they're going through this at the same time. You're not just awakening alone, you may be part of a huge collective shift. As we've gone through these symptoms, I hope the biggest message you've heard is this: you are not alone. You are not going crazy. And you are not broken. The weird headaches can be a sign of your intuition firing up. That feeling of disconnection is your soul detaching from illusion. The exhaustion is your body integrating a massive upgrade. The emotional mess is a deep cleaning of your past. The crazy sensitivity is your consciousness getting sharper. The sleep issues are appointments with your soul. Every single one of these challenges is a sacred part of you becoming who you're meant to be. This path is not for the faint of heart. It asks you to let go of who you thought you were and to trust a process your logical mind can't comprehend. It is the path of the spiritual warrior. So be radically kind and patient with yourself. Celebrate your own courage. You are dismantling an old reality to build a new one from the inside out. Trust the process. Trust that you are held and guided, even when it's confusing. This strange journey is leading you home to the magnificent, unbreakable truth of who you really are. This journey can feel isolating, but it doesn't have to be. Let's create a community right here. In the comments below, share which of these symptoms resonated with you the most. Reading each other's experiences is such a powerful reminder that we are all in this together. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if this video helped you and you want to keep exploring this path, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. I'm honored to walk this path with you. Remember, you are exactly where you need to be,